We miss you. We hope you get well soon. Beat that corona. Woo!
All right, so
We're rooting for you.
anyway,
And by the way, can you take a picture of your chemistry assignment for me? Thanks, man.
I'll send it up. Do that, Mr. G?
all right, Ben,
Yes or no?
you're pretty popular.
Hey, Ben.
I think Ben should answer this next question. Go ahead, Ben.
So we,
We'll wait.
so we should do like a YouTube live stream, Ben's in on it, and all that. See, I think I'd have to set up my camera to do it right from here, but it could possibly be done. Anyway, but this is set up for asynchronous learning, meaning that the remote learners are going to see what happens in class, not at the same time, but afterwards, watching on video. Did you watch many of the class videos when you were remote learners here, Kim? You did, yeah, Jay did. So you guys, yeah. And, okay. Thank you. All right. What I'm going to do is we're going to translate in these first 4 problems the graphics into the formulas for the algebraic representations of linear inequalities. So in the case of this first one, you look at it and you say, okay, y, and I'll say y is equal to, and we're shading this way, and we say, Kim, less than?
Yeah.
Equal to and less than, and I'm going to go to my y-intercept, which is 2, so I'm going to put plus 2 over here. And why am I putting plus 2 over there to the far side? The slope, I want to preserve as much as I can regular slope-intercept form. And now it's a matter of finding out what our m is, or slope. So I'm just kind of looking at the grids, and I have better graphics up here than you have on your paper because of copying limitations. So just counting the grids here, you're going to go down 1 and over 2. So that's going to be negative 1 over 2x. So that's going to be the representation here for this one. And then the next one, we have the dashed line. So y is y equal to?
No.
No, but it's equal to and greater than. And what's going to be our y-intercept here?
-4.
So I'm going to put -4 over here. And then what is the slope of this going to be? Up 2 over 1, so 2x. And so that's going to be it. No, it's not.
That's it? That's all we have to do today?
That's easier than that.
Well, what it says is 13 through 16 are this, but then on the back page there's 17 through 20, which is a different sort of thing. So we'll get through probably all of these today. If not, we'll just get right to 20. Okay, I'm going to spin the wheel here for problem number 14 here shortly. Okay, ready for me to spin the wheel?
That's perfect. Right. One more. One more, Mr. G. Yes, sir.
Oh, dude, it's definitely gonna be me.
So you know the way it goes, pretty much.
Miguel.
It's going to be Abigail.
Miguel.
Abigail, there are people here who are happy.
Definitely, like, if you got my attention from that snake, otherwise I wouldn't have to do what I'm doing.
Okay.
Which one am I doing? Am I doing 14?
Yeah.
Okay. I got, give me a second, I got, for the first one that I did was the one that was horizontal-ish.
Horizontal-ish. She said horizontal-ish, not exactly horizontal, but pretty close to it. Go ahead.
And so I counted the things, and it was 1 divided it goes up 1 and over 5.
Okay,
So it's y is less than, well, equal to and less than 1/5 x, I think. I have that
okay, she says hesitatingly, right? But does that look like that's right?
or is it less than?
Yes, it looks like that.
That was.
Does everybody agree that it's less than, that's equal to and less than and not?
Yeah.
And the y-intercept is 0, right? So that's good. That looks pretty good to me, doesn't that look good? Okay,
And then for the second one, for the vertical one, I got y is less than equal to 3x.
3x.
Yeah, equal to 3.
I thought it was x equals 3.
I thought it was
Three.
That's just-
No.
I thought it was
Just
three.
three.
I did 3. I put 3x because on the x line I did not have it.
So like this?
Three.
Like this?
Yes, three.
Yeah.
Just the
Yeah.
three.
Okay, yeah, that looks good. Now, it is kind of confusing though, that this is the one algebraic representation that doesn't start out with y, right? So it's kind of odd.
I just did not have stars, so I kind of just did the y.
So how do you know if it goes greater or less than?
How do we know if the thing goes greater or less than?
Okay, so like, look, so you see the line that goes straight up and down? Okay, so the x is, you see
It's
that's the
shaded
line
to
of
the,
x.
it's shaded to the left of it, so it's less than. And then the one that's going horizontal-ish, it's shaded underneath it, so it's less than. But if it was greater than, then it would be shaded above the horizontal-ish one and to the right of the little one.
Which is anything less than three.
That makes sense.
Well, I appreciate Connor and Jay helping out Mark. Did they answer your question, Marcus, pretty well? So just kind of look at it. And one thing you can do on this that we did in the problems 1 through 12 yesterday is you can actually test a point in here to see if it matches. So if you see the double shaded area, you can go to it and just test. Well, according to the test, anything in this dark shaded area should work, which happens, one of the things happens to be 0, 0, right? Right on the line. So you can just you put in x equals 0, y equals 0, see if that works. Is 0 less than or equal to 0? Yes, check. Is 0 less than or equal to 3? Check. So you can experiment with the shaded areas that way. And that's a good way to check out because often you're going to distinguish depending on which side of the area. Because if we chose this area up here, we know that that area would fail both of them. So anyway, that's another hint. Okay, I'm going to spin our wheel again for number 15.
No, it would be equal to that.
And for 15,
Let's go, Peyton. Oh, come on.
Peyton, Jay.
Jay?
I'm just glad I didn't get the last one.
Is it?
You want me to tell you the answer?
Yeah, go ahead, huh? Go ahead.
Okay, so I got y is less than negative 1/3 x plus 4 to the top one. And then,
So that represents this one right here. Okay.
and then y is greater than negative 1/3 x minus 2.
And that's going to be this one here. Okay? Does that look right? That's negative. Does that look right? Okay. That's right. Thank you. Now, what I'm going to do is spin again for number 16. So Number 16. Oh, yes, thank you. I'll get that for you.
Let's go, Addison.
Hey, Addison.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go ahead and get it. Addison.
I haven't really done it yet.
Oh my gosh, there's 3. Get together. It's hard to see. I can't see from here.
To me, at least experiencing from second period and seventh period, the thing that made this one hard was this one right over here.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see.
Just because it's hard to see, and I can help you with that one. So Addie, why don't you work on these, help with these other 2 first, and then we'll talk about this one.
Is that when you're talking about 1/5?
Yeah, it's 1/5, that's what I got.
Yeah. Oh wait, or,
No.
no, 5/1.
Or
Negative 5.
negative 1/5.
Negative 5. Is it
Yeah.
negative 5?
Is the one that's like horizontal, y is equal to or less than x?
Is it negative 5?
Well, that's not horizontal, but it's,
That one's wrong.
the diagonal one,
Yeah,
that is
diagonal.
equal to.
is equal
Equal
to,
to.
It's horizontal.
equal to unless 2.
You said diagonal.
You said diagonal? Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
good, okay.
You just said who said horizontal.
So that's this one right here, okay, good. What else?
And then the dashed line that's horizontal, y equals 4.
Well, 4 is up here.
Negative 4.
Okay, that's greater.
And then I'm not sure about the other one.
I can do the other one.
So y equals negative 4 is like this. Here's y equals negative 4, it's like this. That's y equals negative 4, that's right, that is a line, that's what this is.
Y needs to be greater than negative 4. Or not equal to and greater than. It needs to be greater.
Okay, so it needs to be changed.
Yeah.
Because it's going up. Like the shading is.
Okay. Now this last one here
Is that
is 1.
Negative 5x plus 1.
Negative
5x plus 4.
Negative 5x plus 4.
5 is less than.
No, it's definitely not negative 5x plus 4.
Well,
Not that.
the y-intercept is way up here.
Negative 1.
Oh, that's the
x plus 20.
Come on, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, let's look at this.
so is it negative 5x?
How did y is less than and not equal to negative 9x plus 18?
9x plus 18, okay. Now, depending on which points you pick, it could be like negative 9x plus 18, but I'm going to go choose the points like it's supposed to be here.
Oh.
And remember Jay was mentioning the x-intercept here?
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be 4, 0. And let's get one other point from this line. And what that's going to be, it's kind of hard to see, but right up here at 210. So those are 2 points that are on this boundary line. So what I want to do is show you a method of analysis to find what the equation for that boundary line is. And it's something that I've talked about in pre-calculus this year, but okay, basically what you do is you take we make what we call a 3-column process chart, which is a table. All it is a table with space in the middle. So here you have x and y like this, and then you put the points here like this. You put 2, 10 and 4, 0. And then you subtract on both sides. So you have 0 minus 10, which is negative 10. And you have 4 minus 2, which is 2. So m is equal to right hand over left, So M, right up here, is equal to negative 10 over 2, which is negative 5. And right here in the space, I'm going to write y equals mx plus b. Where does mx plus b come from?
Slope-intercept form?
Slope-intercept form. Okay, thank you, Bryce. And so we're going to go ahead and apply this formula to find out what b is, and then we'll have the equation for the boundary line. So we know that m is negative 5, right? So replace this m with negative 5, and we take this x here, which is 2, and then plus b is equal to 10. So we go ahead and work this out. We get, I'll just work below here, we have negative 10 plus b is equal to 10. So what is b equal to?
20.
So b is equal to 20. Now, a short while ago, Abigail said 18. 18, I mean, if you extrapolate this boundary line upward, it looks like it could be about 18. But when you go ahead and do the analysis, we determine that that's 20. And so what is going to go down here for our inequality? Y is not equal to, but less than, negative 5x plus 20. And then as one last thing, you can actually test this other point, see if it works out. Because if we have mx plus b, that's going to be, m is going to be 4 times negative 5 plus 10 should equal 0. So negative 10 plus, negative 20 plus 20 equals 0, right? Check. So you can use that second one to check there. So that's that one, okay? So a little more work to be done on this one. Let's get to these word problems. And like a lot of these word problems, I don't think they're very hard. Okay. Surf shop makes profits $150 for each surfboard and $100 for each wakeboard. The owner sells at least 3 surfboards and at least 3 wakeboards per month. So for this one, we know we need to have at least 3 surfboards. So here's our surfboard axis. So I'm going to put 3 right here. Does that sound right? And then we want to have at least, so I'm going to put these up like this.
Wouldn't it be a straight line?
This is a straight line. The line's
I mean,
always
like
straight.
a
Like
solid
a
line.
solid.
Okay, who said that?
Connor.
Okay, good job. I was trying to catch people in an error, but Connor didn't fall for it. Connor, I appreciate that. Yes, Connor is exactly right. And that was one of these moments that was an intentional mistake to see who's paying attention.
Was it? Was it really? Are you positive?
Well, I'll let you be the judge. You can judge the truthfulness of my statement or not. That's up to you.
Because, I mean, I caught it, I just didn't say anything.
Okay, well, so the next one we have is at least 6 wakeboards. So we're going to go here at 6, and then we're going to go like this. Somehow I want to scooch it below, but we're going to be at least so up in this direction, right? Okay, now the shop owner wants to earn at least $2,000 per month. How do we represent that?
That's the Y. I have no clue.
How many wakeboards do we need to sell to make $2,000?
Depends on how many surfboards you sell.
Well,
So we need to sell 20 wakeboards, right? Now the way this is, the numbers on the grid are proportioned is a little weird because the numbers go up by 3s, but these grids in between those 3s go up by 2. And so you sort of have to estimate where 20 is on this. And I think they did it, I think that was a purposeful, confusing option here. But 20 I think is going to be about there, just judgment-wise, right? Because 19.5 is going to be right there, 20 is a little bit over. Okay, what about the next one? We take 2,000 divided by 150, and we go into 200 once, times 150, bring down the 50, and then 50 goes in 3 times. That's going to be point, right? 3 times is 450. That's 50, bring down another 0, 3, and you see we're going to have repeating, aren't we?
Yep.
So 13.33, so 13 1/3. So I go right here, will be about 13.5, so about right there. And now what do? We have like a y-intercept and an x-intercept, so what do we do to connect those?
Dot, 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 dot.
Yeah, we
So
could.
wouldn't it, wait, I got a question.
Yes, what is your question?
So wouldn't it be 14, because you can't help sell like half a surfboard or something like that?
Oh, okay, well that is really smart. Okay, that's really,
I mean, I guess.
yeah,
So
see what
13
Bryce is saying? You don't, right, but
Just keep it at 13 because you can't.
But the thing
sell.
about it is we have to have at least, we couldn't do that alone anyway, so that's sort of like an imaginary situation in that we can't sell just 13.33 period as Bryce, I mean, that's a fair observation. That's
Well,
a
we
good
can sell
observation.
13, we can't
But-
sell 14.
Almost 13 away.
But
14.
But what happens is, we're really interested in what's connecting between these points. You see that? But he's right, because if we went in there for an intersection, we couldn't, when we draw that line, and we're going to see an example of that in a second, but that's like an advanced observation.
Hey, bro, I want to go buy a surfboard that's $13.
That's not the.
So anyway, I'm going to go right here
That's right.
and connect right here like this. And then, which direction do we go from this line?
Up.
Yeah, we go up or out, right? Because we're going to be, so now we've restricted out this triangle because this triangle has the right number of surfboards and wakeboards, but not enough money, right? So we got to go in this direction. Now, if we go to the line, if the line tells us, in this case, like if we have like 9.5 surfboards, we know that's not a reasonable solution, right? So now we have to think if what solution we choose is reasonable. It says, last thing, use a checkpoint to justify the reasonableness of the solution. So what is a possible checkpoint? In picking the checkpoints, I like to pick ones that are pretty close to the boundary because that's going to do more to tell us if we're right. So if we go right here, well, that's like 10.5 though. That's a good point because here, if we go right on this one here, we would get 10.5, wouldn't we? Well, that's not reasonable just by what Bryce told us, right? So let's make sure we have a solution. So we go to 12. So we can go to 12.9, can't we? Would that work out?
Why don't you just do 9, 9?
Or can we do 9.9?
Yeah.
Oh, let's do 9.9, that's even better. Because it's closer, right? We'll do 9.9 because it's even closer, which is better. Well, that should be a good solution. We'll check it out. So you have 9 times our wakeboard cost, which is 100, our wakeboard profit, plus 9 times our surfboard profit. And we should get at least 2,000 here, if that's right. So that's going to be 900 plus 9 times 150, that's 1350, isn't it? Is it 9 times 150, 1350?
Is it 13.5?
So that's going to be 2250, right? So is this a reasonable solution here? Yeah. Okay, I did the mental math pretty quickly to get that 1350. You know how I got that?
Your math teacher.
15 times 9.
Okay, 15 times 10 is 1,500, and subtract out a 150 from that. That's how I did it.
Nice.
Yeah, good job.
Math.
So I want to give credit to Connor, Ken.
Oh, you Connor?
And Vinny. I came up with the 99.
I said it before, but you didn't.
But you asked me, you answered to me.
Yeah, Jay did
Hey,
say.
Yeah, that's
We're
true,
going
that's
at a
true.
bigger-
Well, there's a no. I have stickers to go around. I'll do
Well,
that.
I think you should give 1 9 to me and 1 9 to Jay.
Okay. Anyway, I want you to do number 18. I'll spin the wheel for number 18 here in just another minute. Okay, let's go on to spin some of this one here.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go, Jay.
Yeah, burn it.
All right, Jade. What we got, Jade?
I'm still working her out. Ready?
I'm ready, I'm ready.
Alright, so I did, she wants to have no more than 2 pounds of each pepper jack cheese and cheddar cheese. So I put a 2 going up with a straight line. I mean, solid line.
Solid line.
What are the other lines, does it say more than?
Really?
So,
What Would that be dotted line or solid line? Jay,
Oh, it would be, yeah.
think dotted line?
Yeah.
Dashed line? Okay, let me change
Because
that.
it doesn't say
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do.
at least or at most.
Here's what I'm gonna do, look at this. We'll go like this, see that?
Genius.
All
I
right.
wish I could do that.
Yeah, this is pretty slick. Okay, okay, what else? And that's gonna be, it's gonna be more then, right? So it's gonna be like this direction,
Yep.
okay?
And then you do the same thing for the Y on the two. And then it'd be up as well.
Up, okay. All right,
Then what you want to do is you want to add 2 plus 2, because $2 per pound for cheddar cheese, which would be 4. So on the Y, you put a dot on 4.
4.
Yeah. And then for pepper jack cheese, it's $4 per pound. So 4 plus 2 is 8. So you go to the 8.
4 plus 2.
4 plus 4.
2 is 2 is definitely not 8.
4 plus 2. Oh my god. No, it's 4 plus 4 because you want 2 pounds and it's.
Okay, but you said 4 plus 2.
I said 4 plus 4.
No, you said 4 plus 2.
Okay, well I meant 4 plus 4. Put it by the A.
Mr. G.
Then you connect them.
I think we just gave Mr. G hangers.
So like this?
Yes. Straight line. I mean a solid line.
So is it? Oh, okay, we're at the 8.
So which way do we go here?
Up.
It says no more, it says no more than, it says.
No more than $20. She wants to spend at most $20. So down, yeah.
So is that right?
Yeah.
Is this right here, guys?
It's in that little box.
No.
Or tree.
What's wrong?
Jaden, what did you do wrong? I think it's the 8 thing, because I don't think
Yeah, I
you
don't
said
think it's 8.
What? 4 plus 4 is you want at least 2 pounds.
Aren't you supposed to divide the $2 into
This is if
20
she
and
wants
then go
more
to
than
5
2
and should be
pounds.
5 and 10?
Okay, let's go ahead and backtrack here.
No, right.
I quit.
So what I want to do is
Drop it
this.
out.
Okay, what I want to do is this.
More than 2 pounds.
We have to read
Can I have a back
everything
button on my paper?
Because
so I can
Jaden
read
said
it?
something wrong.
Let's go here, okay? Okay, look at number 17. You took the total amount of money divided by the x-intercept and the y-intercept, right? Or vice versa, right? So let's go take this. Oops, wrong class. Here's the right class. Okay, so we're going to take the amount here, which is $20, and we're going to divide it by our x-intercept of, wait a second,
What did it be? 4.
this one's going to be 4. Because pepper jack cheese is $4 per pound, right? So that's going to go, take all these. Kim is laughing at
We
me.
did everything wrong?
Yes.
Golly, Jaden, what are you?
I got Kim laughing at me.
Gosh, Jaden.
I'm glad I got Kim to laugh at me.
Well, I used 10 on
It's
that.
$4 on the pepper jack and $2 on the cheddar.
No, we have to read everything because you said something wrong.
But,
I didn't.
Okay, here.
but why would you do that if the X is pepper jack cheese pounds?
So
Give this one to
It's
Jaden.
like money to.
20 divided by 4 is 5.
I don't get it.
So 5's going to go right here.
Let me come on.
Because if we spent all $20 to get pepper jack cheese, it'd be 20 divided by 4, right?
Yeah.
So $5 worth of pepper jack cheese. And
Isn't the arrows wrong too?
Oh my god. You know what? Don't call me then.
like this.
Yo.
Oh, wait.
Because it's,
No, it says 2 pounds of each. This is actually right.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. Put it back.
Alright.
Yeah.
We have to read
Kale's is over here
again.
racing back and forth.
That's okay.
it's just a point. It's
Yeah,
not
they can erase it.
the other thing.
Yeah, it's just, we're just exploring. It's good. But this is a good point here, right?
Yes. Man, y'all have me tripping for a second.
I was.
Okay, this one here is 20 divided by 2, isn't it? So 10 will go right up here. So now we're talking about this kind of thing here, right? We're talking about connecting. And this is free-handed, so did pretty well. So which way does it go from here?
Down.
Down, inside. All right, so last thing is, so we know the thing should be in this little triangle here, right?
Yeah.
Would 3, 3 work?
So Abigail says 3, 3. Does 3, 3 work?
Yeah, but we don't know if it's actually 3, 3. We can go 2, 4.
2, 4. Well, what's the
Yeah,
problem?
mine is going up by 1. It's going up by
2
1.
is
so
right
3,
on
3
the
would
line.
work.
2.01.
No, 3, 3 would work because it's going up by 1.
Let's use 3, 3. So we have 3 of pepper jack plus 3 of cheddar should be, that's 18, right? Is that less than or equal to 20?
Less than 20.
Yeah, so that checks out. Okay, so it's this area right here. Last one, 19. We're getting sort of low on class time.
I think we don't have
I
enough.
don't think we're going to finish.
Yeah, we
That
got
took a long time for us
3
to do.
minutes.
That took way too long.
We started at
No,
2:58.
Well, then I'll go ahead and do this quickly, or it says,
Mark our,
what I'll do is I'll just do this.
little Marky.
I'll just do this really quickly. Marcus, did you work on this at all?
Kind of.
Okay, what did you got? Tell me what you have. Well, I'll help you real fast.
9 goes straight up for the mowing job.
So 9 goes straight up. Is that dashed or solid?
That I would not know.
Can mow at most.
At most, so it's solid.
Okay,
So solid, right? So solid, okay, good. Okay, then what else?
Then it's 7 dash.
7, solid also.
Yes, it says at most.
So our solution set's gonna be in here. It says what, $20 for mowing, and we need to make 120, so 120 divided by 20 for our mowing, right, is 6. So for mowing, we have 6, right?
And the other one would be 12.
Yes, the other one would be 120 divided by 10, which is 12. So 12 can go right here. So we're talking, Marcus, like right here, aren't we?
And we just need to make more than it needs to go up.
So it needs to go up, and these things, so we're talking about all in this area here, aren't we?
6, 4.
So 6, 4?
I'm going 8, 4.
Yeah, 8, 4 would work too. 8, 4, 6, 4.
Roger that.
Well, think about 8, what's about 6, 4?
It's right on the line.
So 6, 4, so that's gonna be 6 of mowing, and mowing is how much? 20
I thought we were going 6, 8, 4.
plus 4 times 10. That's gonna be 160, right? That's gonna be good, because that's more than 120. All right, good. So we're just gonna leave it there today, and we'll call that a good one. Thank you, Marcus, everybody.